Hello, everyone. I wanted to have a medium to long talk chat on my channel about the fair that I just happened. It was such a great fair that I got to go to. Had some food. You got to see a little photos later. I'm not going to try to do videos because I can't turn off the audio right now. But you will be able to see, starting on the 13th, videos of the fair of the concerts that I went on to. It was more than one. It was pretty cool. I was there mostly for one big one, which was I Am Tangi, which will be towards the end, if I remember correctly. Um, he was the last person I seen that night, and that was fantastic because I wanted to listen to him, and it was really captivating how he sang. I love the way he sings. I Am Tangi. Um, so I can talk a little bit about it. We walked around the whole fair. We looked at and walked through my sister's favorite area, scooted through, and it was the art. She always loves going through the artwork and just looking through the different art. They always have some kind of contest that is for either middle school, high school, and then adults afterwards, which is pretty cool for competition for the art, the visual, painted, any kind of art, photograph art, cell phone art. There's a lot of categories for that contest. I think you get a little bit of two afterwards. It's fine, but it was pretty cool. Got to go through all of that. Got to go through all the food areas. Because of course I could not decide which area I wanted to eat at until the very end. I'll talk a little bit about that later. Remembering the fair. Also, there was a few rides that I didn't go on to, but I got to watch people on. Um, we were there from about, I would say, I got off around 1:30. Had to been about 3:30 to 4 o'clock, all the way up until about 7 or 8 o'clock. I think it was this time. It wasn't bad. 8 o'clock, 3 to 8, 5 hours wasn't bad really. My sister was on a scooter most of the day. It was fine. It was pretty cool. We had a great time. There was vendors galore, a lot, and this is a huge fair in Washington State. It's a state fair, so it was definitely worth going to. Got to I wish I would have got to listen to a little bit more different kinds of music of people, but we got to see a comedian. We got to see a different group that was not main stage, and then got to see some few people on the main stage. It looked like um, 5 to 8 p.m. We were sitting in one spot basically. Before that, we were walking around, or my sister was scooting around the whole fair, getting in that experience. It was such a fun time. I had a great time. I would do it again with the right credentials, with the right people that are there. I would definitely go towards a fair in a different state if I lived around one that's closer in a different state. Yeah, when I move. Um, and so, talking wonderfully about the fair, I can now show the photos, get this done with, and I can talk about more of this. So, I can do this. I can do this, and then I can go over here. Let me find him. He's right over here, and then I can just do this. We went to like a museum part of the thing, and they had berries that are popular around here. Yeah, I'm hugging one of the pillows. Isn't that a great photo? That is pretty cool, isn't it? Um, Berries are one of the biggest, if not the biggest, um, crops that we grow in Washington State for the rest of the nation is berries. We're talking strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, Marionberries, Rainier cherries, etc. The cherry is not a berry, I know, but those are the big ones. Marinier cherries being probably it's the only state that has the Rainier cherry is Washington State because Mount Rainier is on Washington State. It's only on Mount Rainier that you can find those berries. Only in the whole world. Isn't that cool? Yeah. Okay. Well, okay, my favorite so far. I went all around. I had a brisket sandwich. It was really good. My sister had 3 tacos. I didn't try them this time. But my favorite item would have to be the Marionberry slushy. And I tasted some of the Marionberry chunks inside of it. It was a slushy that had real Marionberries inside of it. Oh, it was such a good slushy. Frozen. It was a hot day. It was really good. Favorite item of the night for food wise is the Marionberry slushy. That is the one in question right there. Can I? Yes, I can. I can kind of just go like that, and then and zoom out, zoom in. Oh, yeah. Isn't that wonderful? It was fantastic. That was my favorite food item of the night, by far. The barbecue brisket was wonderful and great and different. It wasn't nothing special, in my opinion, and that's fine. Most people don't know this, but there is a song that says, do the Puyallup. We are at the Puyallup State Fair in Puyallup, Washington. If anyone is wondering, Puyallup, I think. Um, yeah, that's me. In front of the sign that got popular in a video for the doing the Puyallup. And lastly, talking about the place that I ate at for the barbecue, we're looking at the smokehouse. Smoked sausages, brisket, tacos, beef tacos, and then I believe a burrito and turkey legs. Yes, I did not get a turkey leg. This could have been a great option to get a turkey leg for Dean the Turkey Legster. I'm gonna have to take him to the fair. It seems like he might be game for that because that's one of the only other places I know of that you can get turkey legs. Not as good as Disney, but they are smoked and they probably taste just as good, but not as much. Not as much meat. Sorry, because Disney's really good at that. Those were really the biggest things for that. And go like this and go boom. That was fantastic. I got to listen to Iam Tongi on the 13th and on. You get to listen to some of the music I got to hear of during that night. One of them was called the Dream Girls Revised. I did count it as Dream Girls. I might have didn't know, but I might have said their group name wrong. Is Dream Girls Revised, and they sing 70s songs. It was pretty cool. They were taking basically asking anyone to try to yell out any songs that they wanted them to sing from the crowd. It was very interactive, very cool, very fun. I agree. You know, yeah. You would get to listen to them. You also would get to listen to Trios Americana from Mexico. Yes, Americana from Mexico. It's a trio of singers that sang during right before I Am Tangi, and they sounded a lot of. It was no English, but for them, but it was a very very cool music. You know, you don't really get to listen to that much around here. So, and then I Am Tangi. For us, there was a showrunner of the night. There was a bigger singer that was like reggae afterwards. He's popular, and we didn't even try to see him. We were heading out of that fair before the big crowd tried to leave, and it was a fun night. I totally agree that I would definitely do it again. Um, was it worth it? Sure. It was a nice night. I got to listen to Ian Tangi. He sang a few of my favorite songs from him that he sang at American Idol. And he got to sing his audition to American Idol as one of his last songs. And it was this there's no words expressing what I could say about that. And now it was an experience that I would treasure forever. And I would do it again in a heartbeat with Ian Tangi. Now, with other people, it would matter on the group, on the section. I would obviously try to figure out if I would want to try to listen to them or not. Yeah, I got to listen to Ian Tangi before his big album debut. That was September 1st. He is just about to go on tour in the U.S. across the nation. So he will be in different places. And I believe at the very end, he's ending up, I believe, in New York, Madison Square Garden, if I remember correctly. Late next year, if I remember correctly. It's going to be a little bit of a lengthy tour. Yeah. He does have a website, so if I remember correctly, I am going to try to pull up the website on my cell phone and make sure. Yes, so it is emtangiofficial.com. For anyone that is watching this later, because there's not anyone that came in, and that's fine. So I will go towards this. And just do that. For anyone that wants to try to look at that website, that is his fall tour, and it will post up anything new that happens with him. He does have a music, Unbreak My Heart, Lilo and Stitch. He was the made Hawaiian roller coaster ride singer for the new movie of Lilo and Stitch. Sunshine. There's also Road to Hana And then also Waikiki is also another one. YKI. Very, very cool soundtrack of what he is doing. Tour dates. There is dates out there already. You're looking at September 10th. He's in Phoenix, Arizona. That's tomorrow, people. September 26th, he is in St. John's Mary Brown Center, NL. So that is Louisiana? NL. Um, and then October 3rd, he's in Chesterfield, Montana. October 4th, he's in Kansas City, Montana. And in October 7th, he's in Springfield, Montana. So I'm trying to figure out what is NL. I think it's Canada, because that's not a U.S. state abbreviation. NL. So oh, the country, the abbreviation NL represents the Netherlands. I think. So let me figure that out. I'm going to go back. Back again. St. John's NL. Um, NL. It's a city in Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada. So he's going to be up in Canada on that date. Oh, what date would I say it's saying? It looks to be September 26th. Not that far away. He's going to be releasing a lot more dates. I heard from him himself to everyone that was in the stadium. It was not that packed. It was not full by any means. It was kind of very, very low crowd, and I'm kind of glad it was, because this was one of the first, if not the first, concert out of Hawaii that he has done. I know he did a few in Hawaii beforehand, after he won American Idol. Yeah, so please do like, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys do like this little kind of snippet of what I went through with the Washington State Fair and Puyallup, Washington.